12 Cal. Germ, it's time to bring them boys out. Smash.
Luxury.
And it's got to be a strong 5 player. We be playing around with these cats too much. Hey, it's City Wars. I'm starting a war here, okay? You know how these things end. It don't end well. Somebody got to be right there. But in the case that y'all need some help, I will help y'all. If y'all need some help, I'll help y'all. Y'all got to pick a city. See 12 Cal and Germ, y'all kind of tricky. Y'all got multiple cities that y'all could claim, bro. I don't know. You got to stick with one. It ain't no mesh and no nothing. You can't, No, you can't. It won't be no mac and cheese and yams on this one. Nope. You got to stick with one city. I'm calling everybody out. Radish, you want smoke too? You got a 5? Huh? Let me know. Just let me know. The city edition, City Wars. You need to bring your strongest 5. And I'm not telling you what 5 to bring. All right? That's the thing. I'm not going to tell you what 5 to bring. You got to bring 5 things that highlights where you from. And it's got to be there, though. Okay? It's got to be within there. You understand what I'm saying? So that means 12 Cal. We're not doing Florence and Atlanta. No, bro. You can't do that. Let me see. Maybe in Atlanta. But who do I know that's from Atlanta, though? I don't know. I can't think. If I'm forgetting, please don't. Oh, fucking be honest. My fucking... the record label... The owner of the fucking record label that I'm a part of, fucking be honest, is from Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? He's from Atlanta. But is 12 Cal going to claim Atlanta? And then, you know what I'm saying? That it's going to get tricky. It's going to get tricky. All I know is I'm bringing my 5.
The voice that you just heard is none other than fellow podcaster, my little brother. My man, Baylor the Great, a.k.a. BTG. Check out his podcast, BTG for President. Now, as you heard, he called me out. Now, listen, I don't believe in roughing up my little brother because what's going to happen is I'm going to tighten him up a little bit and he's going to run in the house and tell mom. But this one right here, he earned this one. Hey, DJ Wingtip, play that music. Hey, I don't want you to play nothing but ATL for this one right here because I'm coming with the smoke. One thing y'all will learn about me is that I'm kind of like an old school rapper. You know, if you say whatever, you can throw your little shots. You know, you can throw your little subliminals. I'm not going to say nothing, even when I think you're trying to diss. But in this case, it's playful banter. We ain't at each other's throats, but little bro just called me out. So you know what I got to do? I got to jack him up. So as you heard in the clip, I do have 2 cities that I can pull from. I can pull from the city that I'm from, which is the great city of Florence, located in the state of South Carolina. Or I can pull from the city in which I reside, and that is Atlanta, Georgia. Now, full disclosure, I've lived in Atlanta almost 30 years. In fact, by the time you hear this, at the time of this recording, this coming Friday will mark 29 years of me being in the A. And I didn't think I'd be here this long, but that's beside the point. I love it here. This is home. But where I'm from Florence. But what I'm going to do today on this right here is represent the A. So Baylor, you said come with your 5. Please, before you guys do anything else, if you haven't heard, go back and listen to his episode. It's just the 5 standout things about, Los Angeles, because Baylor's from LA kid, born and raised East Side, went to Fremont High, And so he's been there and he loves his city, and rightfully so. I love LA. It's my 1A, 1B, I should say. New York and LA, neck and neck, as far as my favorite cities. But the city that I reside in and the city I'm going to represent is Atlanta, Georgia. And so you need to learn about the Dirty South. You need to learn about this right here. So here's my 5. And these are going from 5 to 4 to 3 to 2 to 1, Baylor. And I'm doing it old school too. I'm taking it back to 2018. Ain't gonna be no YouTube video for this. Just YouTube audio. That's where we doing it. We keep it a gangster. All right. So number 5, Atlanta. Things Atlanta is known for. My top 5. Coming in at number 5, hip hop. Yes, that's right. Because Atlanta has produced 2 great things in hip hop. One being arguably the greatest hip hop group ever. Where you rank them, I really don't care. But they are one of the greatest hip hop groups ever, and that is the duo of Andre Benjamin and Big Boy Antoine Patton, better known as Outkast. Andre 3000, Big Boy. Say what you want, place them wherever you want to place them. One thing that cannot be denied is their greatness. They are one of the greatest rap groups ever. Again, I'm not even going to argue with you, debate your mama. Outkast should be in almost every hip-hop fan's, at the very least, top 10. Definitely top 5 for me. But, and you're going to ask a cross-section of people, and they're going to say, some will tell you that Outkast is the greatest hip-hop group ever. And I won't argue with that. So there you have it. So that's part of what hip hop has done. And the second part of hip hop, Baylor, Atlanta is famous for being the birthplace of trap music. There is no music going on right now had it not been for trap music. In fact, I will state the claim that Atlanta, Georgia, has run hip hop for the better part of the last 25 years. I said it. The better part of the last 25 years. Now, yeah, there were pockets where this person had it or this coast had it or what have you. You can make a case that it shifted back to the West. I don't care. Over the last 25 years, who's run hip hop? Who has influenced more culture than Atlanta? What city? None. Not New York, not LA, not Miami, not Houston, not Milwaukee, not Portland. We're talking about ATL. 3 letters. Spell it. Take a picture of it. So Baylor, without trap music, which is a subgenre of hip hop, trap music originated in the early 2000s. And if it weren't for artists like T.I., Gucci Mane, Jeezy, just those 3 alone, Baylor, you probably wouldn't have rap today, because they birthed the Migos, who, like them or love them or hate them, the Migos were very influential for the next generation of hip hop and rappers. And so, no. So there would not be that next wave of rappers that most of the kids are listening to now, from NBA Youngboy to Lil Baby, Da Baby, Crazy Baby, Broke Baby, all of the babies. Trap music was born here in Atlanta. So again, number 5, hip hop. And under that umbrella of hip hop, you got Outkast, arguably the greatest hip hop group of all time, as well as the birthplace of trap music. Baylor, I'm on your LA already. I'm on your bumper right now. Pause. I don't think any other city's going to touch this city. Let me move on to number 4. Number 4 consisted of as far as its contributions, as far as what Atlanta did, was Atlanta was the birthplace of several global brands. And I'm going to break down to you under this umbrella, under number 4, some of the global brands that originated and everybody consumes, and it's born right here. Coca-Cola, headquartered downtown in Atlanta. Coca-Cola, what I found out was Coca-Cola goes back to like 1896. And it's been around that long. Now, I understand some people drink Pepsi, some people drink Coke, but it is a national brand. It is a multinational empire. And if you're ever in Atlanta, Baylor, you can go check out the World of Coke downtown. And they'll let you actually drink Coca-Cola for free. But yeah, huge global brand. Huge. And it's still making records and breaking records to this day. Again, the birthplace of a global brand. Under that umbrella as well, Delta Airlines. Baylor, you're going to fly from LA and you got to go to Dubai. Guess where you're going to stop at, Baylor? You got to stop in Atlanta. You got to stop in Atlanta because you got to fly Delta. You're not flying JetBlue to Dubai next summer when you go to Dubai, because you always go to Dubai. You're going to fly Delta. Delta used to be like known for crop dusters back in the day. Delta got started around somewhere in the 1920s. And there's a huge Delta hub right here in Atlanta. Is this where the headquarters is, bruh? Nobody can fly anywhere without going on Delta. What is there another better airline than Delta? The answer is no. No. Delta is the global transatlantic, wherever you're going, it's the aviation leader. They can't be touched. Also, last but not least, under the birth of a global brand, the birthplace, you gotta talk about the place who has the best waffles. Waffle House, headquartered right here in Atlanta. This is the birthplace of Waffle House, bro. Listen, I don't know if you know this or not, or any of you listening. I don't know if it was a mandate or something, but if you're coming into this city in any different direction on an interstate, right? You can't even go 2 exits without passing a sign that says Waffle House on this exit. There's literally a Waffle House everywhere. There's nowhere you can go where you can't find a Waffle House. Even like, I live in the suburbs. There's literally a Waffle House less than a mile from my house in 2 different directions. And if I wanted to go a little further away, maybe 3 miles away. There's Waffle Houses everywhere, and that's because it was born here in Atlanta. What are we known for? Waffles, those hash browns that are diced, smashed, covered, smothered, whatever. Great food. Great food. People come here and they go to the Waffle House. A trip ain't a trip to Atlanta without going to the Waffle House. So, again, Baylor, number 4, Atlanta was the birthplace of global brands like Coca-Cola, Delta, and the Waffle House. Now, I mentioned planes earlier, so that's going to lead me to number 3. Number 3, when you talk about Atlanta, you can't talk about Atlanta without talking about the airport. Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. That is the most busiest airport ever. And fun fact, if you want to go someplace and people watch and get a good laugh, it is the airport to go to. But it is known as the world's most busiest airport. Over 100 million people travel through that airport every single year. On any given day, you could have a couple of 100,000 people pass through that airport. You gotta come to Hartsfield-Jackson. And how did it get the name, Baylor? Just a little history note. Hartsfield-Jackson was named after William B. Hartsfield, who was a former Atlanta mayor, as well as Maynard Jackson, who was the city's first black mayor. I want to say Maynard Jackson was mayor in the 70s. And I don't think that we've had a non-black mayor since the 70s. All the other mayors since then have been black. We even had a female mayor. Shout out to Shirley Franklin. But yeah, over 100 million travelers annually. And because of its geographic location, Baylor, 80% of the flights that come out of Atlanta are 2-hour flights either way and can get to 80% of the population, meaning that anywhere in the United States, you can get there within 2 hours coming out of this hub in Atlanta. It is geographically perfect place for the airport to be. You don't have a lot of bad traffic getting to the airport. The people are pretty friendly, and it's just, you're going to find some place to eat. There's plenty of places to eat, plenty of places to drink. If you have to stay there for an extended period of time, trust me, again, you're not going to be disappointed because you're going to see some funny shit. You're going to see some funny people. You're probably going to talk to some funny people. And you know what? More often than not, you're going to see a celebrity at Hartsfield-Jackson. And we got like history exhibits throughout the airport. I mean, like the airport, Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, I'll be honest, is a place where if I wasn't going somewhere, I could literally go and hang out at the airport. It's just that dope of a spot. Now, I know people say, oh, it's so big and you can get lost. There's a train that can take you wherever you want to go. You can be on international side and get a train to the domestic side. You can get a train from the domestic side to the international side, all the gates, and you can get to your train. The train will take you to your gate within like 10 minutes. There's a train coming every 2 minutes. So yeah, Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, that's my number 3. My number 2, listen, man, I mean, this city is known for a lot of things, but number 2, there's a 2 and 2A. Number 2, strip clubs. More specifically, Magic City. Now, listen, if you've never been here or if you ain't in the strip, I know people who ain't even in the strip clubs. Magic City is always a destination. Strip clubs here are a destination, particularly if you're black. I don't know if you guys know this now, but I'm black. And so you got to go to strip clubs. And one of the great things about the strip club, more specifically one like Magic City, it is an institution in and of itself. Its reputation extends from the 80s. It's the ultimate shoe show. You got to go to Magic City. It is a must see. Everybody has to go there at least once in their lifetime. At least once. And so the thing that I'll say about Magic City is not only is it a good time, you ain't going to spend a whole bunch of money, and they have great food, which leads me to 2A. And this goes under the umbrella of number 2. Another ATL icon, the lemon pepper wings. Lemon pepper wet is a Atlanta staple. And if I were you, if you're anywhere else in the world and someone offers you a lemon pepper wet wing, do not eat it. The reason being is that if you're not in Atlanta, it's not a lemon pepper wet wing. It's just not. Pizza Hut can't sell you a lemon pepper wet wing. Domino's can't sell you a lemon pepper wet wing. You can only get it in certain places, and all of the places are here in Atlanta. It's the home of the lemon pepper wet wing. And I know, there's some other chains. I'm not even going to name them, but there's some national chains that kind of have adopted the lemon pepper wing. There's lemon pepper wings, and then there's ATL lemon pepper wet wings from places like American Deli. I mean, or J.R. Crickets, who actually was the father of the lemon pepper wet wings. Look it up. J.R. Cricket. Shout out to J.R. Cricket. So, yeah, I mean, and I tie that into Magic City because I kid you not, the best lemon pepper wet wings are at Magic City. And that's saying a lot because there are a lot of great establishments throughout the city where you can find great lemon pepper wet wings. But the first time that I had a lemon pepper wet wing, there was a makeshift kind of pop-up restaurant, a pop-up spot, kind of like it was a pop-up stand. That's exactly what it was. And the pop-up stand was actually in the parking lot of Magic City. Magic City had their own wings at the time. This was probably about, 15 years ago, right? So I'm hanging out, kicking it with the homies, and it's 2:00 and I'm starving because I hadn't eaten. 2:00 in the morning. But I had to, before I drove home, I was like, I got to get something to eat. So I'm riding around and I just happened to pass by Magic City. And Magic City, people are falling out the door. So many people, right? And I see this wing stand right outside in the parking lot. And so I get out the car, walk up, and this guy's selling lemon pepper wings. And that's all he's selling, Baylor. That's all he's selling is lemon pepper wings. And so I was like, all right, give me 10. So I get 10. And I eat the first one. And I tell you, it felt like heaven. It felt like heaven in my mouth. Pause. And so eventually, from what I was told, that stand went from being in the parking lot to being inside the establishment of Magic City. I haven't been able to confirm that, but that's what I was told. Nonetheless, the lemon pepper wet wings in Magic City and that lemon pepper wing that I had that particular night in the parking lot of Magic City would make you want to slap your mom. Well, I mean, you can't slap your mama, Baylor, because that's our mom. But that being said, make you want to slap your mom. So no, nobody, listen, man, nobody's touching Atlanta when it comes to hip hop, and that includes trap music, the global brands that were born here like Coca-Cola, Delta, Waffle House. Nobody's touching our airport because it's 100 million people that come through every day or every year. And nobody's touching lemon pepper wet wings, and nobody's touching Magic City. And last but not least, Baylor, and everybody else who's doing this city challenge, City Wars. Shout out to y'all. I heard Shan's episode earlier. Shout out to Shan B. Podden. Great episode. She did hers on Philly, where she's from. And I heard King Germ's episode. Shout out to King Germ. He did his in the city of Greensboro. Shout out to Greensboro. But nobody's touching Atlanta. And I'm going to tell you why. And even if Baylor, even if you say, okay, my Lakers are better than lemon pepper wings and all the other things that you named on your episode are better than everything that I mentioned. Everything that I mentioned, you need, right? You need hip hop. You need these global brands. You need Coca-Cola. You need Delta. You need Waffle House. I know they don't have Waffle House out there, but you need it anyway. When you come to Atlanta, you need this airport. And you definitely need Magic City, and you need lemon pepper wings, right? But number one, and this is what makes this city unique, and this is why any of those podcasters that you name is not going to come close to what 12 Kyle is about to spit, is because this city has birthed one of the greatest human beings ever to walk this planet, and that is none other than Martin Luther King Jr. Period. I don't have to tell you who he was. You know who he was. Civil rights leader. If it had not been for Martin Luther King Jr. Baylor, you wouldn't have a podcast. I wouldn't have a podcast. We'd probably be somewhere doing something we ain't supposed to be doing. Or we'd probably still be in a struggle. There is nothing else that this city has delivered that has been more loved and more accepted globally than none other than the great Martin Luther King Jr. The man had a dream. He is the reason why, Baylor, you can go to work tomorrow and, you know, your kids can go to school with other kids who don't look like them. And that's the reason why, Baylor, you can work that job that you got, because Martin Luther King made it possible. He did it in the Jim Crow South. He was getting water hosed and arrested, and, you know, ultimately he lost his life. Why? He was one of the greatest Americans this country has ever produced. I could make the case that he's the greatest American citizen that this country has produced. And where is he from? Atlanta. Where was he born? Grady. He's a Grady baby. Come on, Baylor. Ain't nobody touching this list, man. And like I said, I didn't want to jack you up. I didn't want to have to throw you on the ground, but I had to jack you up and throw you on the ground for this one, man. You should have never called me out. I'm going to tell Mom as soon as this podcast is over. You just better be lucky. And you better start running, too. You better start running, because if I get my hands on you again, I'm going to throw you into the bushes. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me. You know, I ain't even going to sign off, man. I'm going to let Marvin take us out of here. Holla. 5,000.
But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. it from every state and every city. We will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at last.